Spicer, 4 games, 4 wins. How are you feeling going into today's game?
Feeling confident, to be honest. I mean, we always kind of touch on the squad and how good it is and what we've got in depth and stuff like that. And hopefully that proves today, to be honest with you. We've got a couple of players missing, a couple of squad players that are coming in kind of looking to take their chance and take their shirt and you know, keep their shirt. So, yeah, I'm feeling confident. We've played well over the last 4 games. We're kind of just looking to kind of keep on a roll now and obviously keep that win streak going.
You mentioned quite a few lads coming in and some missing. Is that down to, you know, another game on bank holiday in a few days' time?
No, not really, to be fair. I mean, we like to kind of keep the core you know, the same as much as we can, because it kind of breeds a consistency when you're playing football, in my personal opinion anyway. We have got another game Monday, but you know, what we're looking at and what the lads are looking at is that it's just another game. You know, we've got to kind of take this game head on first. Once we've done this game, then we'll obviously go into Monday and see where that takes us.
What are you expecting from the opposition today?
I've done my research, to be fair to them. We played them last year. Start of the season when we played them, I mean, I wasn't in charge and somebody else was, but looking at how they progressed throughout the year, I think they finished 12th in the end, so it's a mid-table club. They've started well this season, so whether they've got new players in or kind of whether they changed the regime or, you know, whether they've done something different, that obviously time will tell. But yeah, I'm feeling confident. We just need to go out and, you know, play our football really.
You mentioned in the changing room they're a bit of a big physical team. Is that going to affect the way we play football today? Or
I don't think so. I mean, we are a footballing team, or I'd like to think we're a footballing team. But at the end of the day, you know, we can mix it with the best of them. We've shown that over the past couple of games when you've had to dig in deep. Hogman last week, for an example, you know, we didn't play great football, but it was the mentality of the lads and the drive that kind of got us through the game and picked us up the win. So I'm not really fussed about that this week, to be honest with you. I think if we're organised on our set pieces, which we have been, and the lads have been working hard on that through training, then I think, you know, our kind of talent and football you know, will shine throughout the game and obviously, you know, bring the win home.
Picking up on that Hogman victory, how important is it to keep that consistency going? You've
got to be consistent, and this is why I keep banging on about the squad and what depth we've got, because it doesn't really matter who's out or who's in. You know, the style of the football is the same, the philosophy that we've kind of driven into the club is going to be the same as well. So it's just one of those things. You've got to be consistent, whether that's keeping, you know, a core of the players, like I do believe, is another thing. I mean, some managers might think different, but if we work around the core and keep the philosophy the same, keep the football the same, keep driving the standards that we've got, you know, on a personal level and as a club level, I think, you know, that's the most important thing as a club.
On following social media, there's been a lot of talk about, from the Tiverdale side, about the game on Monday. I mean, are you really thinking about Monday, or are you just thinking about this game at the moment?
I mean, every manager or every good manager likes to plan ahead. There's nothing wrong with that at all. I mean, I've planned ahead myself. I've had a conversation with Wardy and my backroom staff on kind of not how we're going to set up, but kind of how we're going to tackle things in a sense leading up to Monday. But I think when it gets to, you know, a Saturday, you need to kind of take every game as it comes, and we'll play this game today, and then, you know, I'll be planning for a day and a half, ready for Monday to, you know, for a new challenge. Just
a final one, big notable absentee today, captain missing. How do you think the lads will fare without him in the changing room, on the pitch, etc.?
It is a big miss, not just a miss with his football ability, but obviously, like you say, in the changing rooms and on the pitch, it is great. We've just got to learn to adapt. I mean, Ginner's standing as captain today, obviously normally vice captain of the club anyway. It's not going to change that much, to be honest with you. I've had a conversation with Ginner. He knows the expectations of what we've got, and you know, you saw him before anyway. You can see that he's got the passion, he's got the desire to kind of win and kind of bring the lads forward as well. So it'll be a miss, but I don't think he's going to be too dissimilar to obviously what we're used to anyway. So, you know, I hope he enjoys his holiday and he can come back and win his shirt back.
Thank you very much. All the best for today.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
Spicer, 5 in 5 now. Another 3 points at home. How do you feel the game was?
We didn't play well. It's kind of a bit of a stalemate, really, to be fair. And in all honesty, credit to Lads Club, because what they did is that pushed us all the way for the 90. I think we lacked a bit of confidence today, to be honest with you. I'm not sure whether it was the change of personnel that we had on the pitch today, or whether it's, you know, complacency, if I'm being honest with you. We should have done a lot more in possession. We should have done a lot more out of possession as well. But, you know, it's the same as I said last week, you know. good teams, play poor and still bring 3 points home, which is what we did today.
Look, clearly you look really disappointed. Obviously 3 points is all that matters at the end of the day. It kind of shows that how much you demand from the players. Are you that disappointed?
I am very disappointed, to be honest with you. I've got very high expectations, not just of myself but of the club and of the players at the same time. But at the end of the day, if no player wants to push themselves to the limit, then why are you playing this standard? Why are you playing this level?
Would you say that's a credit to the opposition, how they set up and how they came out to play, or would you say that it's just a lack of passion from the lads today on the pitch?
I think it was a bit of both, to be honest with you. It's like I said, credit to Lads Club, they did push us for the 90. I think their tactics were spot on, to be honest. That they tried to kind of nullify us keeping the ball, nullify us having possession on the flanks, which is obviously one of our stronger points. And credit to them, but it's a bit of both. You need to have that heart, you need to have that desire in every single game, and I just didn't see it today.
A nervy start from both teams at the beginning, but nerves was quite settled fairly early on. I think it was about 30-35 minutes when Liam Hughes scored. Talk us through the goal and the build-up play to that.
Well, to be honest with you, Liam Hughes was getting very frustrated, to be honest with you. He kept dropping deep to come and win the ball because obviously we wasn't keeping the ball in. But at the same time, I made an observation myself and said to Liam, listen, you need to go and play just on the striker. You need to go and play on him. And within 30 seconds, the ball broke and obviously he got his goal. So, props to him for taking everything on board and listening to begin with. But we just need to be disciplined in what we do and obviously following instructions to begin with, from the off. And if we do follow instructions, and we've got no team to fear in this league, I don't feel.
Absolutely, and that second goal come from Jama. He was unlucky not to score a first opportunity he had. It was a clever free kick by Kieran Clark. Keeper went down to save well. How do you feel Jama played overall today?
I thought Jama was good today, to be fair. He wasn't his usual self in the fact of motoring forward as much as he normally does. He did it a couple of times today, nearly scored previous to his goal, like he said, and then obviously got himself a goal as well. But I think that was just because he was kind of penned back, because we wasn't keeping the ball, wasn't keeping possession, and once you take kind of Jama's game away from him and expect him to just defend, frustrations run high, and it's the same with any player really, but I think overall he played well. He did his defensive duties. I didn't see a lot of attacking duties today, but that's not down to the way he was personally playing. It was down to the team and the effort that they gave.
Would you be concerned about the way we conceded the goal just before half-time, lack of game management? Or
well, you know what, saying game management, that's one thing I always say to the lads. Game management is key. We had 3 minutes left to the half, and for me personally, if I'm a centre-back or I'm a full-back or any kind of defender, if the ball's in my box, it's going into row Z, and I think sometimes we kind of catch ourselves out trying to play pretty little football, which is great, and it does win you games. This style that we do play is unheard of in leagues like this, but at the end of the day, sometimes you have to play basics and just get rid of it.
Sean Smith coming on second half, looked really good. Obviously been injured. What do you make of his performance coming on?
I thought he was great today. I thought he was brilliant. He won everything in the air, did everything I asked him to do. And in all honesty, I can't see many players in this league that will beat him in the air, and he's just solid in the middle. He's a rock. Another part of his game that not a lot of people see is the way that he runs past the striker to get into the box and win the ball. And I'm sure now he's back from injury and he's doing well. He'll pick up a few goals this season for us as well. So yeah, he'll have a good impact.
Disappointments aside, obviously, in terms of performance, 3 points heading into Monday's game against Tividale. Time to get the boys ready for that game now, I think.
Yeah, 100%. This is a game that we're going to be ready for on an individual level. It's like I said before, we've got a day and a half now to make sure we're prepared for Tividale, which is arguably the biggest test that we're going to have this season so far. I think if we're organised and we pick our heads up from today, I think we'll be fine. Like I said, I don't fear anybody in this league. I don't fear anybody in the league above. And I think if any managers do, or any managers have any negative tactics to kind of try and play different games for different teams, then that's just not just the way that we do things here. We let teams worry about us, and I think that's the main point. And if we can do that Monday, I think we'll be fine.
Actually, one final question. There's rumours of a new signing coming into the club as well. Can you confirm anything regarding the new signing?
I'd like to keep it under wraps, to be honest with you. Hopefully he'll be set up for Monday. It's just one of those things. He's a good player. I want want to keep it under wraps for now, and then kind of get some surprise faces if need be.
No worries. Thank you very much. All
Thank
the
you
best
very
Monday.
much.